What's up, guys? Welcome to another Monday Night Live with Rob, Raven, and our amazing special guest tonight. We have with us the silver pouring master himself, Silver Dragons. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Rob?
What's going on, Seeker? Can you believe it? We actually have Silver Dragons, the man, the myth, the legend himself tonight. What is going on, Silver Dragons?
What up? What up? How you all doing? Super stoked to be on. It's going to be a fun night.
Heck yeah. And of course, guys, below me is the legendary man himself, Raven Hawk Coins. What's up, dude?
What up, my friends? Good to see everybody in the room tonight. What's up to Silver Dragons? Hopefully we'll learn some cool insider stuff in the world of pouring and stacking from the dragon.
For sure, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I was just going to say that's pretty much what I do. I mean, I'm stacking and pouring. That's like my two biggest things. Mostly silver stacking videos, gold stacking, that kind of stuff. But obviously, as you can see, I love the poured silver. And real quick, Seeker, I'll let you go in a sec, but I got to show off Rob Finds Treasure. What's up? Oh, yeah.
Now, I do have an RFT pour, and I have two of the original RFT serial numbered rounds from his first series. So,
Nice.
Yeah, those are cool.
That's insane.
But guys, you know how this works. On Monday nights, we all get together, and as the chat fills up, we'll have more and more people in here. Feel free to ask any questions, obviously relevant questions. Don't ask me what school I went to or anything. I don't know. But anyway, nothing super personal, but anything relevant to what we do. We would love to hear it. We'll try and answer as many as possible. And of course, we're going to be picking the brain of our guest tonight, Silver Dragons, as well. And like I said, guys, really appreciate you guys being here. Looking forward to having a lot of fun. We'll keep it to an hour. So at 8 o'clock, we'll go off and, we're going to have some fun tonight. So with that said, let's get started. What is up again, Silver Dragons? So Silver Dragons, why don't you tell, I mean, you kind of hinted on it a little bit, but why don't you tell everyone kind of what you do specifically? Go into a little bit more detail. We want to know.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been on YouTube since 2018. I started pouring in 2018. Actually, back then, my channel name was Silver Baggins. And I always get comments. People are like, oh, it's Silver Baggins. Is that you? Because they're like watching my older videos. But there was some trademark issues with Warner Brothers. They actually came at me, and I had to drop the Baggins. So my logo was already a dragon. I just changed it to Silver Dragons. But yeah, man, I mean, I've been pouring quite a bit. I think I poured over 5,000 pours now. I do auctions every Friday. I try and keep it fun, and I do pour live still, but my next live pouring session won't be till I hit 80,000 subscribers. But yeah, besides that, I just love making silver stacking videos and hanging out with the community.
That's awesome, man. 80,000 is awesome. I mean, I remember when you first started, I don't remember what I was at, but I remember you passed me not too long after you started. It didn't take you long, maybe 6 months, and been growing pretty strong ever since. So that's awesome.
Well, I will say it's an absolutely incredible community that we're in. I mean, this is absolutely insane. Like, so many cool, generous people, and yeah, I actually have watched all of your channels. I have all of your guys' like stickers and stuff too. So I was a fan of all of you too, like when I got started, and it's been so much fun.
Awesome, man. Well, I mean, yeah, I agree. Awesome community. I've known these two other guys on the channel here, Rob and Raven, for quite a long time. I remember when I first got started, actually, I really got interested in the coin roll hunting because I've always been kind of a silver stacker and a numismatist. So I like coin collecting a lot. And when I first got started, I saw Paul and Snacks doing these coin roll hunts. I'm like, gosh, it looks so fun. And so I decided to get on board, and the guy below me, I saw Raven. I don't know where he went, but I saw Raven Hawk Coins. He was actually modding for both Couch Collectibles at the time, as well as Half Dollar Make You Holler. He was modding for both of them. And so I reached out to him and I asked if he would be interested in modding for my first stream, which he agreed to. And I don't think it was 20 minutes, Raven, before we were on the phone together.
Yeah.
It was really quick. So, I've known Raven for as long as I've been active in this community. So it's a great community. It continues to grow, and it's pretty awesome for sure. So Rob, go ahead.
When are you back from the beach? Like when are you done with vacation?
Hey man, so I actually go on vacation. We're leaving next Wednesday, so I'll be streaming this weekend, but next weekend I won't be around. There's actually you guys know Teacher. There's gonna be an auction on Teacher's channel. He actually just put up a video on his channel, so make sure you go check that out.
I got a quick story about silver dragons, if I may.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
So no, it's a good story. It's so I remember I was doing the YouTube thing. This is probably 18 and a little bit. No, it's probably end of the year 18. I don't know when you started. I think it was 2000. It was right there on a sticker, 2018. So this is the end of probably September, October 2018. I think I was closing in on 10,000 subs, and I had done a metal pouring video, and somebody said, "Rob, you should check out Silver Baggins. He's a new channel. He just hit 1,000." And I remember going, "Who is that?" So I checked out his channel and I saw it. I could be wrong with the dates here, but I was looking at his channel going, "Holy cow, this guy has been around for like 2.5 months and he just hit 1,000 subs." Maybe it was 3 months, but either way, I remember thinking, wow, this guy jumped on the scene, started doing some pours. You had some great pours and I was envious and I was like, all right, this guy's going to blow up. Anyway, I bring this story up, brother, because that was back in the day when me, you, and Yankee Stacking were texting on the phone, talking about things. And it's awesome to see you're already at 75K, growing like a weed, doing well. I just want to congratulate you and Yankee Stacking as well for your success.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Yankee's awesome. I was actually his first subscriber, everything, his first comment, and I've been sort of helping him with this video, but he's like now like past me up. I mean, his videos are insane. His thumbnails are gorgeous. But yeah, man, when I first started, I was making videos literally every single day, just crushing it, and in every stream. And I was probably 12 hours a day on YouTube. It was ridiculous, but I've slowed down a bit since then. I think I do like 3 videos a week now, and I go live once a week. But it's hard to stay on top of it. I mean, you guys know YouTube takes forever to make videos.
It's not easy work, right, Seeker?
It's a lot of work. It really is. It's enjoyable work though. Like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could be doing that I would like way, way less than this. So, I'm not, you'll never hear me complain other than saying I may not have time for this or I may not have time for this, but you'll never hear me get on the camera and just go, "Oh, I'm so tired of this," because I love doing it. It's just, it is time consuming. And I think all 4 of us here know that. Well,
probably the most time consuming thing is that coin roll hunting though, which I don't do on my channel, but I know it takes forever.
Well, you know what? The coin roll hunting is tough for just a couple. I mean, everyone knows this. A, you got to have relationships to get the boxes or the rolls. B, you have to do the research so you know what you're looking for so you don't pass up something that could be a treasure. C, after you're done coin roll hunting and filming, you have to bring the items either hand rolled or in bank bags, or you got to dispose of them. So you're constantly lifting weight, disposing of weight, moving around weight. It's not like my garden channel where I can go out to the garden, pick tomatoes, film it, and say, "Look what I got today," and then eat it. It's a lot harder work if you're doing. That's why I really enjoy doing the junk silver buys, because A, I get my coin roll hunting fix from the buys, and B, I'm stacking silver while I'm doing it, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Absolutely. And Raven, for sure, you down there as well. I mean, I'm sure you can attest to how much time coin roll hunting takes.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got the runaround of, finding boxes. To give you an idea, the other day, I was supposed to do a penny battle, and I couldn't get a new box or circulated boxes of pennies in town. All of them brand new, because there's been an exponential explosion here in town of coin roll hunting. And I'm proud because I get a lot of hometown, Norman support, but it's frustrating at times because I try to make a video on pennies and I'm sitting here with 5 boxes of 2021s versus, the circulated stuff I could get before. But, it's kind of hard to be mad at the growth because we need that growth. We need that support to keep all this going,
Absolutely.
Yeah, well said, Raymond. And I've been tracking my finds since 2019. So the year of 19, the year of 20. And other than silver $half, my total take on good finds has been decreasing annually. And so, I'm not going to say there's never a time that you can find good silver in a box or find good varieties in penny boxes, but it does seem with the A, with the coin shortage and the influx of newer coins every year, and B, with the sheer amount of coin roll hunters out there and silver stackers and people that are holding on to their silver and things like that, it is getting increasingly more difficult every year you postpone jumping in there, because it seems like the resources for at least U.S. constitutional stuff is getting less and less, for sure.
Well, that is a law. You know, I mean, I'm sure you guys know, but Gresham's law, you know, all the good money gets filtered out because of the bad money. So when they started making all of our coins out of copper with this, you know, cheap nickel plating or whatever, they're just trash. They're not real money anymore. It's just fiat, really. And so all of the good money, right, the silver, is getting filtered out. And this has happened for thousands of years. So it's not really that surprising that the fines would get less and less. But there's always going to be some kid that takes his grandma's coin jar to the bank, and those will get mixed back in. So.
And that's majorly what we're looking for. Like when I find silver in a box of $half, not that I've had any to hunt lately, but when I find silver in a box of $half, it's not something that's been there for years or decades. It's stuff that's been there for 3 to 6 months, and especially around Christmas time, these guys for sure know because they coin or hunt as well. You know, going into like January, February, March, you really start to find a lot of silver because you have, you know, grandmas and grandpas that had their stash of coins that they had sitting around forever, and they needed money for Christmas gifts or whatnot, and they'll dump them. And we found hauls of, I mean, you know, all of us have had major boxes that had tons of silver in it.
Yeah.
So
what's your guys' record? I mean, I've seen most of the videos, so I could probably guesstimate, but like the most silvers you ever found in a box. I mean, what are we talking?
In a single box, I think my record's somewhere in the 70 or 80 range.
I've had 3 boxes over 100. I had 109, 105, and 101. And we had 69 silvers just Friday, which I had been grabbing 1 silver out of like 5-box hunts for the last several streams. And all of a sudden we had a big old 69 silver 4-box hunt, which was nice.
Right. What about you, Raven?
I somewhere in the low 90s. I think it's like 92 was my record for a single box. But in a single night, we've had crazy nights where we did stuff like pulled 1970Ds, 3 of them out of a box with barbers and walkers and Benjis, and still ended up like 140 silvers on the night in, you know, 2 or 3 boxes, which is unreal. You know, it happens, and it is exactly the reason why I'm not totally bummed out about, you know, like the halves coming into circulation is because there will always be dumps happening, like you guys have said. The one bummer part, though, is people like Seeker experiencing getting 8 boxes of nothing but 2021.
That's ridiculous.
I would literally, you know, I'd want to cry.
I'm up to 22 boxes, by the way, which by the way is $11,000 of 2021 halves I've picked up.
Yeah, so it's
yeah, those are NIFC. Unbelievable.
No. I no longer 2018 or 2021 is not an NIFC. Through June, so not even counting July through December, they've already minted 12.8 million, which is the highest of over a decade. The last time they came even close was 18, which I think was also a spike from all the coin roll hunters. And then before that, you had 13, and then 13 that was the 50th anniversary of Kennedy. So there was a justifiable reason for the higher mintage that year. But if you look at 19, Raven knows. If you look at 19, they only had a couple million that were made. So
1.7 million for Philly, and then 1.7 million for Denver, accordingly. Right. And that's one of the things that's mind-boggling that somebody brought up in the comments. They said, you know, it looks like the government only looked at the increase of demand at the banks, not understanding that it was by coin roll hunting and a lot of YouTube people versus actual commerce. So I'm curious what's going to happen down the road. You know, if they turn around and say, wait a minute, we messed up, we're not going to keep it back in circulation, you know. But it's going to be interesting. I have yet, thank God, I have not gotten a 2021 box. I'm knocking on wood.
Solo, I meant 13 was the 50th anniversary of him getting shot. 11/22/63, he died. So anyway. What else? So we do need to start looking for questions. I've probably missed a couple. I apologize.
One thing.
If I missed questions, feel free to repost them. Sorry, go ahead.
One thing that I didn't really make a video on, but I noticed in regard to like coins and shortage and whatnot, I was at Disneyland smashing some pennies. And in fact, I could go grab them if you guys want to see. I smashed some of the 1/10 ounce silver guinea spade coins in the penny smashers. And I also smashed some of the 3/9 fine silver quarters in the quarter smashers there, which is super fun. But they're actually getting rid of the machines and replacing them with ones that will accept a debit card or a credit card, or you can put in a dollar bill. And then they just smash a zinc penny, and that's what you get. So you can't put in your own coins.
That's weak. That's weak. But by the way, in the history of me using those penny smashers, I have lost some coins. How scary was it dropping a 3/9 fine quarter in there, wondering if it was going to jam?
I actually have only had one get stuck, and it was funny because all I did was just smash another one, and then it smashed them together, and I had like a crazy error. It was like twice as big.
That's nice.
Yeah, so it worked out, but it is kind of scary when they get stuck in there because it's like $10 for the new ones now.
Yeah.
You know,
Could you imagine like putting like a 10th ounce gold eagle in like the dime ones?
I mean, I would do it if I owned it. You know,
Yeah,
like I've
if
been
you
looking
owned
at
it,
buying
right.
them. Yeah, because then you could just pull it out.
By the way, I wanted to go back and do a shout out. Dalton with a $4.20 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, y'all are awesome. Thanks for the great content. Thank you for the super chat, Dalton. That rocks, dude. Thank you so much.
Right on, Dalton. Thanks.
I popped it up on the screen earlier, but I didn't get a chance to shout it out. So Heavy Error Archer says, speaking of which, what is your guys' takeaway? Dump or hang on to them? I'm thinking dump a couple of hours away and say Norman, Oklahoma. Oh, so
I would just drive him right back to Missouri.
There you go. You know, a bunch of my 2021s made it up to Michigan when Keith from Coin Crew and I met at a shady parking lot at midnight, midway between Muskegon, Michigan, and where I live, which was about a 3.5 hour drive for each of us. That was the dumbest idea I think I'd ever said yes to, because I'm driving home on 55, like the whole drive is 55, and for 3.5 hours, I didn't get home till almost 4 a.m. That was stupid. But we had to stream the next day. I was tired, but we had the stream. Teacher and sorry, wrong one. There, I was looking for one. Someone, where is it? I know I just saw a message I was going to pop up. Oh, here we go. Teacher asks, Silver Dragon, what do you think of the Rob Gold pour of the skull?
It's funny because I said, I was trying to reply. I was just typing. I said, yeah, that gold pour was suck. But autocorrect, I was trying to say sick. So,
I like how I'm like trying to be nice. I'm like, I don't think he's seen it yet, brother, but I'll try to say something. And then, yeah.
I was watching in preparation for this stream because I knew you guys did like collabs, but I haven't watched like a full one. And so I watched the one on Rob Finds Treasure. And then after, you watch one video on YouTube, it recommends like every video that they come out with.
Right.
So, because it's so weird. You subscribe to someone, and then unless you hit the bell and everything, you kind of just, unless you keep watching their videos, it kind of stops recommending them. And so, like I'm subscribed to all you guys, but I don't see every video you post.
I get the same thing. That drives me nuts because I've been subscribed to Silver for a long time. Same thing with Rob and Seeker. And Rob and Seeker and I are so tied into one another from all these collab things that we do. And I still don't get notifications for half of Seeker stuff and half of Rob's. And I have their bells ring. I don't know what the deal is. I've unrang them. I've re-rang them.
The issue is there's so much video uploaded to YouTube every day that you wouldn't be able to watch it in your entire lifetime, and that's every single day. Yeah. And so YouTube does its best to recommend content based on what you like, based on your past history of watching stuff. And being subscribed helps, but it's not like an all-in guarantee. That being said, if the bell's clicked, it helps a lot more. Still, I don't think it's like 100% guaranteed, but that's why I tell people in my videos, it's like, I'll have people that watch my videos. I think over 50% of the people that watch this channel aren't even subbed. And that's because YouTube will keep recommending content to somebody, irregardless of if they're subscribed, if they see, that they like that kind of content. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yep. And so they'll watch 20 of your videos and have no idea they're not subscribed. And so, that's how that works. Big shout out to Coin Crew with the $10 super chat, says still working. So hi to everyone again. The entire panel rocks. And by the way, guys, when we get off of here at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock his time, I'm going to send everyone over his way because he is having his 1 year anniversary what does he call it? Wheeliversary celebration right after the stream tonight.
Nice.
He was going to do it. He was going to do it like during this. I'm like, wait, just go after it, and then I'll send people over there. So
wait, you're telling me Coin Crew's been on for a year already?
Yep, a year today
Man,
or tomorrow.
That went real quick.
Right.
Because I remember hearing his name, and then he was like, hey, you know, can we sponsor a stream? And I'm like, well, sure.
Right.
And then, you know, after time, come to find out how nice of a guy he is and everything. Very, very supportive to everybody. And congratulations on the year. Oh, he says the year is tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. My bad.
Come on, Seeker. You're still on vacation.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I'm still at this beach. Let's turn off the beach and go somewhere else. There we go.
Hey, I've got a quick question for the panel, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I've always been curious because I've only coin roll hunted like literally twice ever, and they were penny boxes. I did them with my kids, you know. It wasn't on the channel, but it was super fun. Right. Do you have to be like have a business account at the bank, you know, like Wells Fargo or wherever you go, to actually be able to order the coins? Because I only have a personal account, and they always like bring out the manager. They're like, no, get this guy out of here. We're not giving you any coins.
It depends on the bank.
Yes, exactly. You know, I pick up some of my boxes from a credit union, which is a personal account. And then I have a business account at another bank. Actually, I was required to have a business account at the bank where I dump my halves at. So they're like, just bringing in so many.
Here's the easy answer is, if you want no headaches, no issues, no nothing, take a little bit of money, open a business account, establish yourself right off the bat, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
So is there a specific bank or just whatever's closest to my house? I mean,
I would just call them around and see who's willing to work with you. It says a lot if you create a relationship with like the branch manager, or some of them have like a teller lead that you get in really close with. That really, really helps, because at the end of the day, it's really ultimately their decision. I did have one bank I was getting my boxes from for a while, and what a lot of people don't know is I actually pay $2 per box that I pick up. So getting all these 2021s really sucks. But when I was first doing it, they didn't care. But eventually, like from top, like it came down, they were seeing all these additional fees for ordering $50 in. And they're like, yeah, you're going to have to start paying the fees, or we won't be able to order them for you in that quantity anymore. So I just started paying the fees.
Yeah. I'll give you my take, since I do go through a lot of boxes a week, and I have several accounts at several banks in order to do that. When I'm setting up let's say I'm brand new into coin roll hunting, and I've really been watching some videos, and I got my albums, and I got my scope, and I got my mat if you want it, or whatever you got, you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to get going. Before you walk into a bank and ask for a box, I wouldn't recommend doing that, because once you sever a relationship at a bank, or once you start off on the wrong foot, it's very hard to fix it. So the first thing I would do is I'd walk into the branch that I currently go to, and I'd ask for the service manager or somebody other than a teller if I can. I'd sit down with that person, and I'd ask them what their policy is on returning rolled coinage. You know, it might be some coins that you have from a 5-gallon bucket or a jar or whatever. Just ask them what their policy is. Find out, so you know right away, no matter, even if you get rolls or boxes, you need to know if you can bring them back and what that looks like. Once you have that figured out, ask them what their policy is on ordering rolls. Do I need to have a business account? How many can I get if I don't have one? How many can I get if I do? Once you figure that out, do your homework, and then decide if that bank's the best bank to either dump or pick up at. Mm-hmm. Then you go to some other branches that maybe are big branches like Wells Fargo, B of A, Chase, bigger branches that are, if you have them in your area, and ask the same questions. If I open an account here and I want to do this, how does that work? And once you figured out that within your general 30-mile radius or whatever, you can make a better educated decision on what you need to do. And keep in mind that some branches are different, not because of their policy, but because of their service manager might have a stickler for certain rules that maybe other tellers and other branches don't follow. I would start with that, and then start small. Cash in for some small rolls, enjoy yourself, look for varieties, see if this gig is for you, see if you enjoy doing it, see if you can fill up an album. And as you progress through your career, if you will, or your hobby, then you can start upping it as you develop relationships with tellers. That's what I have found has worked for me. And whenever I lose a branch because of teller change, or because of whatever, or because of coin shortage, then I actively scout for another branch to start the process over. That way I always carry 5 or 6 pickup banks, 5 or 6 dump banks. That way I can, if I have any surprises at any given week, I have backups. And that's what I do. That's
real quick, last question on this. Not, because obviously I'm going to start hunting boxes now. Do you, when you sit down with the manager, are you like, hey, I have a YouTube channel and I want to look through these coins and that's all I want to do? Like, or do you say, oh, I've got a nickel arcade and I need a lot of nickels?
No, I don't. I'd rather not lie and start off like that and have to justify that forever. That's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm in a bodunk town out of the middle of nowhere and I walk in and they're asking me what I'm doing with it, then maybe my story might be slightly different that moment.
Right.
But that's because I'm not going to be doing constant business with them. People I deal with, you rather just be fully honest with and just tell them. I don't say that right away. I sit down and ask what their policy is first. They don't know if I work for Quick Mart. They don't know if I work for Walgreens. They don't know where I work. At this point, I want to know their policies for business and personal accounts that would require the usage of coins. And that's all I start with. And then I delve into it based on their policy if I need to.
Yeah, I just think it would be hilarious just to sit down and be like, yeah, I don't need these coins for my business per se. I just want to look through them and then ship them off to another bank. So can you help me do that?
Well, I've even had requests from subscribers who have never hunted a box of pennies. And I've even said, I'm getting this for a kid who wants to go through a box of pennies. I just want to get it for him. I've used those when they're applicable. And I have used those on the road when I'm on the road, just picking up boxes, let's say in Michigan. Sometimes that works. But if it's a bank that I'm going to deal with on the regular, it's just better to put it all up front and see what happens.
So I deal with like 5 or 6 banks right now. And one of the funniest things is my dump, one of the main bank that I dump at right now. It was so funny. He asked me where I was getting and what I was doing. I said, well, I do coin roll hunting. I pick the boxes up at another bank. What I try and do is I try and stay, like if I'm dumping at a bank that uses Brinks, I try and stay away from Brinks. I pick up boxes from like Wells Fargo or Loomis. And so anyway, I'm bringing all these in. He asked what I do with it. I said, oh, I pick up boxes from other banks and I go through them looking for silver and stuff like that. And he goes, oh, that's really cool. I never knew that. I said, yeah, you can find all sorts of silver. Anyway, that's all I said. I didn't say I had a YouTube channel or anything like that. I just told him I coin roll hunting. Well, I was dumping coins a couple of months ago and I come in with the bags and he goes, hey, Silver Seeker.
By the way, I got to say it because I think Judy Sears in the chat made a perfect comment. She goes, I wonder if you could just tell them that you're the tooth fairy and you need it.
Right. My kids lose lots of teeth.
All the kids' bags under their pillows.
It was just funny that he didn't even know about coin roll hunting, and then when he found out about it because I told him, then he found me on YouTube looking it up. That's what I thought was so funny.
I want to answer one more thing, and I know I'm talking a lot, but it's coin roll hunting, and I like that stuff. But somebody in the chat asked, their banks no longer give out coins to personal accounts because there's too many people dumping there. If you have the resources, and what I mean by that is you have several banks that you could dump and pick up at, and you have a play money account that you can use to buy coins. If I have been to a bank before that was one of my better banks, and they said, Rob, we got to cut you off on $50 for a little bit. We have way too many customer return boxes, and we can't even order them. And I was like, how many do you have? They said, we have six boxes of $50. I told them if I bought all those $50 and dumped them somewhere else, would they order for me? And they said they would. And that bank has never cut me out, has never shorted me on the coin shortage, has never done anything since, because I knew that if I took that off their plate and put it somewhere else where I could do that at, I mean, it was literally withdraw that money, drop it off. So I didn't lose anything in the deal. I took it to the dump bank. And at the end of the day, I helped the branch that's been helping me. And so if you have the means to help them out once in a while, it's okay to take someone else's discards and move them somewhere else.
Yeah, I can imagine they'd be stoked on that.
Oh, they were like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. They go, they've already been gone through. I'm like, that's okay. I'll just dump them somewhere else. And they're like, heck yeah. And I did it. Took them 30 miles away to one of my dump banks and dropped them off there.
Yo.
One of the more important things is you definitely need to develop the relationship. And Miss Coin Crew said something earlier about bringing them cookies. That does go a long way. We hook up our tellers and managers all the time. And honestly, that is one of the things, like Rob, what he did for his bank, I would do for a bank as well if they've asked me. I've done that in the past. I had a lady that had $3,000 in the $1 pieces,
Oof.
and I didn't have $3,000 at the time, so I had to take 1,500 at a time, but I still did it because it made such an important difference in the banking relationship. And I had a story just like Rob's, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew that they like being taken care of. They know when they're a dump bank. They don't like being dump banks, so that's when you take that out of their vault, you're really doing them a huge solid. And my biggest piece of advice is just be honest,
Yep.
Let's be honest.
Makes sense.
So I think we need to get to some of the questions because we've been kind of ignoring them for a while.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm so far scrolled up. Savoy had one, but I think we kind of answered it in what we were talking about. Transit Dave was talking about the 2021 halves, said, would there be better chances of die errors? I mean, yeah, the more you make, the better chance of a die error. The thing is I don't know about Rob if Rob wants to get 8 boxes of these and start hunting them for errors that we don't know about. Because I don't.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Despite my love for varieties, it's very rare that I'll take an uncirculated box and inspect it to be the first finder of a major variety. Now, with that said, as soon as somebody says, guess what, there's a major variety like the 2015P Zinc Sense, Shield Sense.
He's all over it.
As soon as I heard that there was that and I knew it would fetch $10 to $12 a coin, I was like, you know what? I will definitely look for the 2015P. But when I was getting 2015Ps, I wasn't even looking for them. I mean,
Right.
It wasn't worth me to – I didn't want to be the discovery guy necessarily, but I do hold a couple of brand new uncirculated boxes from every year since I've restarted coin roll hunting, just in case something comes up that I can go back and look through.
Absolutely. And the next question. Eagle. Well, actually, that's the next question. CoinHelp you still waiting on his Type 2s. He ordered 2 boxes. I do have some Type 2s on the way. I did not order a massive quantity of them. If you guys know, I actually opened up a full monster box of Type 1s earlier this year, but I only ordered a handful of Type 2s. I'm still not sold on the design. I don't like the clipped wing. We'll see what I say when they're in front of me. I'll let you guys know when I have them. I don't know. What do you guys obviously Dragon's got his. I don't know if Rob and Raven got any of those yet.
No, this is terrible to say. I do have I have a couple of full sets of ASEs up through 2020. Even some of the special limited mintages, but I haven't jumped on the 2021s, either of them yet. And I guess I was waiting for it to calm down and then pick them up wherever I can. I haven't ordered them.
Well, there was some really good pre-orders. I think Monument was super cheap. It was like $29 or something insane. And I placed a bunch of pre-orders for him to see who would get here first. But I've got some connections with a few of the bullion dealers, and I was able to pull some strings and get some overnighted like the second they came in. And yeah, it was crazy. So I think I was actually one of the first videos on YouTube to show off the new coins. Nice. And so that I was pretty stoked about that. But I hate the design as well. I think someone needs to make a little back. You know how like AppNext has those little wraps where they have like the coin in, and then there's like a piece of plastic around
to complete the wing.
To complete the wing, but also bring in like the arrows and the shield and the stars and everything that we lost from the first Eagle, because so much of the history was lost, not just the wing. I mean, they completely ruined it.
Very plain. I'm still waiting to see the 2021 piece of Morgan's.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I prefer that design so much. I'm sorry. I just do.
It's just iconic. It's a beautiful. I'm not going to lie, though. I don't mind the clipped wing eagle. It's almost like it's in your face. It's like closer to you. But it does, if you're somebody with like me that does have some OCD issues, if I stared at it long enough, I probably would start getting annoyed with it for sure.
Yeah.
I do want to call out from King's Coins with the $10 super chat. I know we were late on calling it out. I apologize, but I will call out all super chats. He says, Silver Seeker, Rob finds treasure in Ravenhawk coins, and Silver Dragons, thank you for all you do. You got me into silver stacking and coin collecting. Thanks for all the advice and encouragement.
Thank you,
King's
brother.
Coins.
Thank you,
Rob.
awesome.
Thank you.
King's Coins, you were my first glow-in-the-dark stickers I ever got.
He was the first 3D stickers, or the glow-in-the-dark ones. I remember those. I think I have it somewhere.
I've got 4 like big poster-sized boards in my pouring area, full of stickers. I'm working on the 5th one, but it's just so insane. There's so many cool members in the community.
So Metal Dragon says it's illegal in my state for them to charge ordering fees. Thankfully, I disagree because the banks would just cut me off because it costs them money to order it from those distributors. So if the bank that's charging me the fees couldn't charge me the fees, they would just not let me order the boxes. And so I'd rather just be able to order the boxes. But you know what? If it's working out for you, that's awesome. But once they saw me getting, at the time, I was getting 10 boxes every week. They're like their books department saw the charges and they're like, what? And so that's when they're like, okay, Seeker, this is what's going on. So
you know what you just said about the amount you're ordering. I've gotten a couple people recently that have told me their banks have cut them off completely from coin boxes because of money laundering. They felt
really interesting.
Yeah, that the amount of money that they were going through was too much, and it triggered their internal safety. I forgot how the guy said it. Some kind of internal standard control of money laundering. And I was kind of surprised because, well, I know like Rob and you and me, we go through a lot.
That sounds like a bullshit excuse. You can prove what you're doing.
There's
So
3 BS stories that are running around. That's one of them. The second one is they're pulling silver out of circulation at the coin sorting facilities. Not happen. Don't even buy.
That one's not happening. Yeah,
that's not happening. They're not going to invest on. Those guys make their money on bagging it, boxing it, and picking it up. They don't need to be scraping for the scraps like the cornrow hunters technically are doing. They're not going to do that. And then the third BS is the coin shortage applying everywhere. If you know the rules, certain major metropolitan areas have no coin roll shortage. They're getting the majority of the coins. It's going to be small town USA that's affected by shortages, not major metropolitan areas. So if I'm sitting at a DFW or a Dallas branch somewhere and they're saying they can't get me coins for coin short. Matter of fact, I had one of my banks tell me that, and I was like, that's not true. The Dallas Coin Vault already issued a statement saying that they have enough coinage for all of the DFW area. So unless you're the only Wells Fargo in the whole DFW area that's being shut out, then you might want to look into what's going on because that's not what the case is. And literally the branch manager came out and said, Rob, we just had a note. The teller just read the note. You're right. We're okay. What do you want? And so there's a lot of misinformation sometimes. At the end of the day, I'm getting passionate about this, but at the end of the day, man, if you treat people right, they'll bring stuff to you. And if you missed it, that's a beautiful. Is that a golf tee?
yes,
Yeah.
Have you ever teed off on that?
No, I haven't. But it's funny. Rockzilla has been asking for a golf tee for like 2 years now.
I need a golf tee.
Ever since I made the pure silver golf balls.
If you make some golf tees, put me on that list too.
I gotta have the golf tee.
Rob, we need to go golfing, dude. That's what we need to do then.
My handicap's like 160, so you'll be. No, I'm just kidding. My handicap's. I probably shoot an 85 even today after not golfing for 2 years. I mean,
I could probably do decent. I'd do a lot better at frisbee golf, but that's a different.
But what if you had a pure silver golf ball though?
First of all, I
wouldn't be hitting that thing.
First of all, I would be scared for a slice because I'm prone to those. And if I did slice it, I might spend the next 18 holes or 17 holes in the woods looking for it. Yeah. I'll have to bring my metal detector for that one.
Each one is 12 ounces of silver, so it's a full troy pound. I mean, there's no way you could hit it more than like 20 or 30 feet unless you're hitting it off a cliff.
Listen, I don't slice the ball often, but if there's a water feature 100 yards out, I'm finding it for some reason.
It's like free radar.
Hey, I just want to point out that Crypto Pimp must not be subscribed to Rob Finds Treasure. Just do that and you'll figure out the answer to that one.
Yeah, actually, Crypto Pimp won my last giveaway. It was like a $300 giveaway last Friday.
Nice.
Congrats,
Crypto Pimp. A little self promotion. I have a penny hunt and fill series going on right now. I've hunted probably 800 plus boxes of content on my channel for just pennies alone. So yeah, I go through approximately 5 to 7 boxes of pennies every week, sometimes on camera. Well, mostly on camera, sometimes off.
I'm still scrolling through, by the way. Oh, here we go. Matt Poe. What did AppMex say about the Tetris round? My contact at AppMex, and I do have a specific contact at AppMex that I deal with. He even knows about my channel. Agreed with me and immediately sent me a refund and label to send it back so I didn't have to pay for shipping. So
I haven't even got mine yet.
Oh, did you order the proof?
No, I just got the BU.
Congrats. Good job, because the proof is the BU. It's the same dang coin. I did a video on it the other day. It was really stupid.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of those where they almost have like a proof, like the Kong and the Godzilla and
these were literally identical. Like if I took two of them and then closed my eyes and shuffled them, I wouldn't know which was which. Like I'm serious. It was that stupid.
So what you're saying is though I ordered the BU, but I'm really getting all proof, right?
That's right. Yes.
You got to spin it around to your advantage.
Right. Oh man.
Scott Thacker says, "Does Rob finds treasure hunt pennies? Does a bear poop in the woods?"
Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Silver Dragons. I got my 2022 ASCs. Not sure how I feel about the new design. That wasn't really a question, but I pointed out. Yeah. Sorry. I'm so backed up on chat now because we were talking for so long.
You know, so many people have complained about the design. I mean, honestly, you know, the Emily Damstra, the girl who did it, she put a lot of work into it, you know, and I just don't know if it's right for the eagle. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just, it's cool. Like if you did it on perhaps one of the proof platinum coins, because I'm sure you guys know, but they change designs every year. The only US coin that changes designs, other than like the commemoratives, but those don't really count. But the proof platinums, if you would have put the eagle on that, I'm all for that. You know, I think it's a cool design. But on the silver eagle forever. I mean, maybe not forever, but probably for 35 more years. We have to look at this. And also, what's with the security features? I mean, come on. They were promising more security features.
Is there one on the rim? I heard there might be one on the rim.
There is one on the rim.
Missing read.
You can't see it because it's in the capsule, but yeah, one of the reads is missing.
What time on the clock is it on the read?
6 o'clock. It's right. Okay. It's right at the bottom, right below the date.
So back to what I had said earlier about the money laundering. It looks like Darth Silver Sis says, "I'm going through that right now. My account is being closed Wednesday, and my local manager think it's because corporate thinks I am laundering money."
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine laundering money with coins, Running Eagle said. I mean, come on.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. They think you're going to be, I mean, you could have so much more bags of dollar bills and $2 bills and $5 bills. And you'd spend a lot less time moving around a lot of heavy stuff. You would not do it in coins. That's ridiculous.
That is absolutely insane.
I mean, if you're moving a lot of coins, I could see a little red flag pop up, but then they just ask you, and you're like, "Look at my YouTube channel."
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
Like, clearly, I'm not laundering money.
It's like, I'm not laundering money. I'm laundering the silver out of the coins. I'll be honest with that.
I'm face value hunting, baby.
Caribbean Coins says, "Are banks the only ones allowed to order boxes from U.S. distributors?" You have to be a financial institution of some sort, yes.
Captain Jigga just said that his accounts were closed because they thought he was laundering as well.
Wow, that's insane.
Never heard that. That's never been brought up to me, and I buy a lot of coins.
Was it a personal credit account from Wells Fargo?
Yeah.
It's kind of a joke, but they're closing all of those, obviously, you guys know.
Yeah, I got it. It's too funny. That's interesting, man. I've never dealt with that, but my banks know exactly what I do with them, so maybe that's why. Like I don't hide from them. It's like, yeah, I coin roll hunt. So, I mean, I pick them up, I go through them, I bring them back, I get more. I use the same. Yeah. It's just the same money.
Yeah, reinvesting back into the same thing. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, Raven. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I keep reinvesting. You know, that's one of the things when I ever see somebody says, "Hey, I don't have enough money to do what you're doing." I said, "Well, if you pay attention, neither do I. I'm reusing the same money over and over again. I'm not sitting on a big giant stack."
You only need 10 grand and you can keep them flowing.
God, I
mean,
wish I had
it depends on how much you go through, but I'm sure you guys seekers had more than that. What's the most boxes you've ever had at once? Like $50? 20?
Yeah, which is 10 grand, which that does hit that number where you have to fill out a form. Like if they want to take my ID and put it in, I don't care. They have it on file anyway.
That's why I have 5 different banks, Silver Dragons. I won't pick up 10 grand at one bank.
Yeah. In fact, whenever I go buy Silver Shot, I never buy more than 10 grand. I've done 9,999.99 cents before.
You know, that's a flag. My bank told me that when one time I wanted to do a $20 bill search. It was one of my old videos in 18. I did a $10,000 $20 bill search. It was 5 straps of 20s. And when I went to pull it out, they asked for all my information. I was like, well, then let's just do 8,000. They go, no, you've already asked for it. Now we've got to log it. And I was like, dang it. So they wouldn't let me go back. And I remember I logged it and I was thinking, if I do this too many more times, somebody's going to, because that's cash. That's different than coins. I mean, it was literally cash.
That'll be red
That's why
flag.
I stopped doing the bigger hunts. Plus, it's scary having that kind of money. Well, here I am. It's scary having that money out of the bank. That it says for a stacker, that sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. I just don't like having that cash on person.
Well, especially cash, because everyone knows what it is. Like when I go buy 300 ounces of silver, no one knows what that. I mean, it's BBs. You know, what is that? Bird seed.
Yeah.
You know, it's so heavy and it looks weird, and people don't understand that it's actual money. But yeah, I could see having like bills would be kind of a little weird.
That's why you gotta carry.
I actually don't keep the majority of my silver anywhere near me. I just, because of that same reason, I just feel uncomfortable having it around me and where I live. So I have there's some programs, I won't say programs, but some services you can sign up for offsite storage that isn't a PO box, but it's just as secure. I take advantage of those.
And more guns, of course. Can never have too many.
I have way too many guns.
CryptoPit's got a good question for the
guns.
panel, Speaker. CryptoPit's got a good question for the panel.
Right.
Maybe we can all talk about it.
Here, I'm going to go ahead and scroll past. If I missed your question, feel free to repost it. You guys know with these streams, we do miss questions, so you can repost them as long as you're not spamming. Okay. With 100K, how would you allocate in precious metals? What would your ratio be, guys? Whew. Man, I hate to tell people what to do with their ratio because what I would do and what someone else should do are like two different things.
That's why it's a great question because we can just share what maybe we would do versus what, I mean, it might be totally different, but that's what's great about stacking. You can decide on what your budget is, what kind of safety measures you have to store it, and really what you want to entrust with those around you as well. Because, if you have a lot, you probably don't want to keep all your eggs in one basket, of course.
Right.
I think it's an interesting question too, because if I had 100,000 to put into precious metals, I wouldn't do it all at once. I mean, I would obviously buy like a little bit every week. But if you want my answer, what I personally would do right now with the GSR right around, was it like 68, 70, something like that? I would go 50-50 just because of the ratio. So for me personally, if the GSR is over 80, I'm like, let's go silver. If the GSR is under 60, let's go gold. But if it's in the middle, just buy a mix of the two. And I would definitely try and buy low premium stuff like bars, rounds, that kind of stuff, or coins, but lower premium coins. I wouldn't be getting eagles right now, but I personally would go 50,000 gold, 50,000 silver.
Right. Okay, that's fair. Darth Silver says he do 20%, 80%. I'd probably be slightly heavier towards silver myself. I just think silver has a bigger upside. I'd probably be, this is just me, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'd probably be 30-70 or 35-65, somewhere in there. I
was saying 35-65 myself.
Right.
Yeah, I was a third, 2/3, but I there's one gem. Not that it's only one gem, Silver Dragon. It's all you have. But no, but there's really one good gem he mentioned, and I fully support it and agree with it. I wouldn't invest 100K all at once. I think like with anything, you have to hedge. And if you buy today, let's say he did 10K for 10 weeks. And he did 10K. And I'm not saying that that's the formula, but let's say he did.
It has to be $9,999 and 99 cents.
$9,999 and not a dollar over. But let's say he did $99.99 for 10 weeks and then spent the extra $10 on whatever, a 3 9 fine silver quarter. But if he did that, you would be able to see if the ratio moves one way or the other, and you could hedge if you were heavy or short on something. And I just think that that's a smart way. And whether it's weekly or monthly, there's a hedging your money is always a smart investment. Unless for some reason silver dropped to $12 overnight for some reason, then maybe it would be smart to invest all at once. But I do agree with the hedging.
HD Donna says, HD Donna Lowrider says I would wait. Prices and premiums are coming down, but that's just like I say when I'm talking about silver, that's just your opinion. I mean, you have to make that decision for yourself. I would hate to not buy silver at 26 plus 5 and then, see it next year at, oh yeah, the premiums are down to $1 over, but spot's $40.
Yeah.
I'd rather buy at 26 plus 5 than 40 plus 1. But that's just an opinion, though. You might be right, but you could be wrong too. No one really knows, unfortunately.
I will say, I can't really talk about prices because $26 an ounce. I don't know. Some people think it's cheap. Some people think it's a lot. It doesn't really matter. No one knows where the price is going. But as far as premiums, I was talking to the CEO of Hero Bullion earlier today. We had a meeting, and he said the premiums are coming down on certain things that he's been ordering. So over the past month or 2 months, he's noticed a pretty significant drop, and they think it's going to continue. So as far as premiums on like Britannias, Maples, Rounds, that kind of stuff, they actually are down over the past few months, but we don't really know where they're going from here, obviously, but they are down.
Yeah, I actually track that. I've been doing a video series about once every month showing where the premiums are. And they have come down a little bit, but it hasn't been a whole lot. I haven't done one this month yet, though. So
it's another reason why I love constitutional silver. You don't have the premiums. It's usually it's a multiplier of melt or times face.
That is not true today.
Well, for most
it does
of
have a premium.
For most of the places I deal with, it's actually still true for me, which is why I do that. And the other reason is I like having a lot of the fractional stuff and a lot of recognizable fractional stuff. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, it's not like I don't have a stack of bullion or even premium bullion, but at the end of the day, it's a big reason why I do buy probably 60% of the silver I buy is constitutional just because it's recognizable. The premiums are less for me with the people I deal with. And at the end of the day, I get to also cherry pick it for any numismatic value that might sequentially increase my investment. So,
yep, that's a big one for sure. All right. Let's see. Seeker, I'm getting my 1.5 ounce for your last stream tomorrow. That's awesome, John King. I hope you enjoy it. Let's see. Always keep diversifying your best assets as your best assets do well. That is true. Here we go. Are the Canadian coins the same as American coins? I don't know much about Canadian, but maybe Rob does.
I'm sorry. I was reading into something else. What was the question?
He said, it's right there at the chat.
No.
Are the Canadian coins the same as American coins? They just came across 66 and 8 1/4. I think it's they have stuff that's 50% silver, 80% silver. It's different. I mean, there's other countries that have sterling silver coins. So you can go to numista.com and you can look up your coin and you can see what its composition is, and you'll know based on that what its melt is.
It should be 80% silver if it's 66.
Correct.
Because I think in 67 is when they started to switch them over, and 68. I think both years.
That's when they went to 50%.
And some of the 68s are not silver at all. So some were 50, some were 0.
Yeah, so they kind of did it like the Kennedy $half, but it was a shorter range of time.
But, well, you know what, though? They continued it with their halves and their quarters and dimes, and the U.S. didn't, though. The quarters and dimes stopped being any silver percentage, which was interesting that Canada kept producing silver for those extra years.
And you'll be surprised at how many commemorative coins or special issue Canadian coins find their way into circulation that are modern, that sound silver, look silver, and if you don't do your homework on them, they might be silver. I cherry pick world coin bins all the time, and I'm telling you, I find so much silver in those because they'll say, all right, every coin is 5 cents, or you can get a pound worth for $13 or whatever the market is on it. And it's surprising to me. I can take a scoop at random and still find silver that paid for the whole bag, and now I've got a bunch of foreign coins along with it.
Richard Metcalf has a much more realistic amount to invest here.
Yeah.
If you had only 2K to invest, would you get gold, silver, or both? I would not do both. I'll tell you that. I would either go gold or silver, and the reason is if you're going gold with 2K, you're going to be able to stick to 1 ounce, but you won't be able to split it. If you split it, then you're going to have to go smaller than an ounce on gold, and when you get into fractional gold, the premiums are higher. So either go one way or the other, but I definitely would not do both. But if it were my choice, I'd do silver again, just my opinion.
So I just did that, and I bought two 1932 $10 Indian U.S. constitutional gold pieces, and I got them for $1,000 a piece. And the reason why I did that is because that was a good deal. You can't find them for less than $1,050 online, and if they are higher grade, AU or higher, they're $1,250 for exotic value. And I had a guy that was willing to sell me both for $2K on the nose, $1,000 a piece. So I invested in that. It's not a full ounce. I think it's like
0.9675 for the pair.
Yeah, 0.96 for the pair. So it's not a full ounce. So I overpaid for an ounce, but it's still 1932 U.S. gold, and they were high grade. So I was happy with it.
Yeah, probably 3 years ago you could have got them for spot, but
yeah,
the premiums have been going crazy on pre-33. I would say I would probably agree with Seeker. I actually just did a video today on gold and premiums, and I did a pretty in-depth dive for fractional. So I break down all the numbers if you want to check out my video today. But I would say it depends on how much you have. Like, do you already have a lot of silver? Do you already have a lot of gold, or do you have nothing? Because if you have a huge silver stack, you should probably buy an ounce of gold. You got to diversify amongst the metals. If you have tons of gold, then you should be buying silver with that. So it depends from person to person. But if you have literally nothing, honestly, I would buy an ounce of gold for, $18.90 or whatever it is for like a maple or something. And then with the rest, just buy some silver.
Yep. Woohoo says, for the panel, what's your favorite guilty pleasure coin to buy?
I know what mine is.
Go ahead.
I don't have a lot of gold, but for some reason, the $5 Liberty gold pieces, I love the way they feel in my hand. I love the Liberty design on it. I just absolutely love the eagle. I just love them so much. They are costly. I mean, at the end of the day, they're around $500. I try to pick one up once a month if I can afford it, and they're my favorite things to. They're my favorite gold U.S. coins to stack because they're heavy enough and affordable enough and sexy enough for me that I love them. That's my favorite. That's when I'm buying for me. When I'm just saying I'm going to get something for me, that's what I like to go get.
Fair enough. Raven, do you have one?
I got shallower pockets, so I kind of head towards nice Morgans, especially CCs.
CCs. Do you like toned?
I love toned.
Yeah,
love toned coins, but it's one of those things that you got to make sure it's in a holder from the right.
Sorry.
Or from the right reputable dealer. You just never know what's going to happen. But I have saved some money here and there over time to get stuff like that, and it is like a guilty pleasure. You almost feel wrong buying that one coin for that extra amount of money, but then again, that's something that's rare and it's going to hold its value. So
yep, toned coins are my guilty pleasure. That's why I asked if you like toned Morgans. At the show, I have a collection of Canadian silver dollars that are the most insane tones, and I think anyone that was here that saw them at the coin show the other weekend, I mean, I didn't take them to put them up for sale. I just literally took them to show because I would never get rid of those.
I've got some Indian head pennies that are insanely toned that I'm actually considering getting rid of.
Well, to my submit those, I get a suspicious color on them. So
I know I hate that crap, which is why I don't ever submit them.
They think it's fake.
If you like tone stuff, Silver Dragons, did you see my Superman RFT silver bar?
I need to see it. Oh man, that is sick. That toning can be very hard to do too.
This one took me several hours to get it to where I wanted it to be.
Yeah, it's not easy to learn how to tone stuff.
Dude, I swear for toned Morgan silver dollars and things like that, I swear the only ones that come back artificially toned or questionable color are from small guys like us, because I've had stuff that I've sent off that came back questionable color, and then I look at something that's slabbed with the number grade, and I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So
you're like, no way.
No way. Speaking of color, this one's specifically for me. Is there a specific shade of green you need for your green screen? No, you just need a good camera and good lighting. That's what mine looks like when the green screen's off. So
I was just gonna weigh in real quick and say, as far as like guilty pleasure, I've been buying a lot of half dollars recently. Like the older ones, some of the commemoratives, capped bust. that kind of stuff. And I've been looking at like the really old ones, you know, like the flowing hair, and I can't afford it, but I really want to get one. You know what I mean?
Yep. So listen up, guys. We are at exactly. Oh, it's pretty. Rob saw my 1907 Indian that has that crazy red.
The red.
No problem at all.
Come on, questionable color. Look at the ridiculousness of this BU Indian headset.
Yeah,
it's
and I have that one.
to me.
I have an Indian Dragons that literally I have to show it to you. It's not here with me. Like I said, I don't keep most of my stuff here, but it literally looks like someone took a red Sharpie and colored it. That's what the tone looks like, and it's in a numbered holder. No problems.
Wow.
Whatever, but it's gorgeous. All right, so we are at an hour point, so we need to go ahead and start cutting it out, guys, because we do our best to keep these at 1 hour. I know we missed some questions. We do our best to get them all. We will be live again. Hold on. We will be live again on Raven's channel. I hate to say this, Raven. I'm sorry, but in 3 weeks. The reason is I am on vacation 2 Mondays from now. I'm sorry. I won't even be here. So we'll have to do it 3 weeks from today. So what we're going to do, guys, to cut us out, we're going to say our goodbyes, but when I'll say my goodbye last and I'll say what we're going to say. Rob, get us out of here, man. Get us started.
First of all, thank you, Silver Dragons. You know, we both got busy with life, and we probably spoke less in the last 6 months than we did in the first 6 months. It's nice reconnecting with you. It's awesome to have you up on the chat, and hopefully periodically we can exchange some silver pieces and maybe just chat once in a while. I know we're both busy. I'm not being that clingy person, but let's talk once in a while if we can. It's good to hear your voice and see you.
Absolutely, brother. Always down for silver trade.
Take us out, Silver Dragons. What you got?
This was super fun. I had a great time. It's always cool to see you guys. And yeah, it has been a while, Rob. Also Raven, you know, it's been a while. But I always try and pop on when I can, when I see you guys stream in and check out your videos and everything. But you know, there's so many people in the community now. But all three of you, great channels. I had an awesome time. Thank you so much for having me on. And Silver Dragons is out.
Raven, go ahead, my man.
All righty, guys. It was a great night. A lot of cool information shared with everyone. And teacher just reminded me I am working on a poker tournament fundraiser for Teacher 1388 coming up with a video in the near future. So keep your eyes out, guys.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. And guys, for me to take us out, I want to say two things before you go. One, Coin Crew, if you haven't been over there yet, they are doing their 1 year celebration. They're doing some giveaways, so make sure you go over there and head out. They're probably live right now because I told them to go live when I started my goodbye. He was going to go a little bit earlier. I said, no, wait, I'd love to get some people over there. We're going to help them out. So get over there. Just search up Coin Crew. I should have gotten the link. Why didn't I do that? Let me get you a link for their channel. So go over there and check out Coin Crew. Here is a link. Bingo, bango. And secondly, guys, don't forget to go check out Teacher, who will be doing an auction on the Saturday at my time slot Saturday at 4:30 p.m. CST on the 24th when I'm on vacation. So make sure you go check out Teacher's auction. It's to support him and support saving his house with the issues he's going through with the bank. So I'd really appreciate you going checking out Teacher 1388, and make sure you go over and check out the Crew of Coins as well for their 1 year giveaway. And with that being said, we are done. So we will be on live in 3 weeks on Ravenhawk Coins channel. Looking forward to seeing y'all there. Love you. Thanks for coming up, and we'll see you next time.